grew up in the same crowded house. We grew within the same childhood. We shared the bread of the same table, and in the sound of the same courtyard, both our names grew. The most beautiful times of my life were the times when you were beside me. Back then, I did not know how vast the world could be, how lonely a person could become, because you were behind me. I was a child who looked at the world through your small, calloused hands from what you earned. You set aside my allowance, and I waited for it with eager eyes. When I went out into the neighborhood with what you had given me, I thought the whole world was in my pocket. Even wearing your old clothes felt like a celebration to me. Back then, I had no name for it. Now I understand. Some children do not grow up with toys, but with the sacrifice of a big brother. When the voices of children in the neighborhood suddenly turned into a fight, you always stepped in front of me. You put yourself in harm's way and protected me. You could not bear injustice, standing beside the weak. Perhaps no one had ever taught you that, but you lived it as the simplest form of being human. Back then, the fight was only in the neighborhood. A stone was thrown, a word grew larger, a child cried. You came running, you arrived. The children would say, "His big brother is here," and scatter. I would forget my fear and breathe again. Then I grew up. I understood that life, everywhere and always, is another field of struggle. Sometimes a person fights for bread, sometimes for dignity, sometimes so as not to remain silent, and sometimes only to stay on his feet. And I, whenever I felt your presence behind me, found within myself the courage to enter every fight. You were not only my big brother, you became my support. You became my hidden strength. You became that part of my child's heart that did not break. Our mother left, you stayed beside me. Our father left, you stayed beside me again. You never let me feel the full weight of their absence. You hid your own pain inside yourself. You never laid your loneliness on my face. You tried to see me happy, you worried. You stayed silent, you gave, you carried. Like a father, you were always the one who gave. And I remained like a child, always crying, always hoping, always wanting. Today I say this not with shame, but with gratitude. Because some people become brothers as they grow older. Some complete within their brother. The father who was left unfinished. Our bond perhaps never had a proper name. Sometimes we were brother and brother, sometimes like father and son. Sometimes like two wounded children standing silently inside the same past. But even this nameless bond gave me great happiness. I never resented it. On the contrary, I was proud of it. Because some bonds do not fit into proper sentences. Some kinds of love do not grow by being told, but by being carried for an entire life. Life took us out of the same house and threw us into other countries, other cities, other kinds of loneliness. But your love, your way of claiming me as your own, that old will of a big brother, never weakened. Even if I do not call you, even if I do not ask after you, even if I neglect you, I know one single greeting from me softens your heart. All the hurts of the past fall silent in an instant, because you are one of those who carry love not with calculation, but with the heart. When I was in trouble, when my road grew dark, when life came down on me, knowing that you existed somewhere always gave me strength. You accepted my childish ways. You endured my mischief. Despite all my mistakes, you stood behind me. As a child, I was fragile as you protected me. Not only my body, but also my courage learned to walk. Perhaps I grew up, but beside you, I always remained a little child. So many years have passed, yet I am still proud to say this. I love you from the place where I love my mother. I love you from the place where I miss my father. I love you from the purest place that touches my past. My big brother, your place inside me resembles nothing else. You are the first strength that stood behind me. You are the voice of my childhood that never falls silent. You are the courage walking inside me through all the struggles of life. And even today, whenever I am afraid, whenever I grow tired, whenever the world grows large and I become small again, as that child from long ago, I hear the same sentence inside me. You were behind me. You taught me not only how to come out of a fight, but also how to walk through life. My one and only big brother, you are the invincible hero of my never-ending childhood.